Bless you very much, Ed. All right, thank you, Harvey. Cheers, all. Today, Tuesday, 16th of January 2018, and live till 5. Yes, it's the big show. It's Steve Wright in the afternoon. Hello.
Wright in the afternoon. Now playing everywhere.
Been there, done that, messed around. I'm having fun, don't put me down. I'll never let you sweep me off my feet. I won't let you in again. The messages I've tried to send, my information's just not going in. Burning bridges shore to shore, I break away from something more. I'm not turned on to love until it's cheap. Been there, done that, messed around. I'm having fun, don't put me down. I'll never let you sweep me off my feet. This time, baby, I'll be bulletproof. This time, baby, I'll be I won't let you turn around and tell me now I'm much too proud to walk away from something when it's dead. Do your dirty words come out to play when you are hurt? There's certain things that should be left unsaid. Tick, 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 tick on the watch and life's too short for me to stop. Oh baby, your time is running out. I won't let you turn around and tell me now I'm much too proud. All you do is fill me up with doubt. This time, baby, I'll be bulletproof. This time, baby, I'll be bulletproof. This time, baby, I'll be bulletproof. This time, baby, I'll be bulletproof.
Watch your hair today. It's very windy. You might need a hat that stays on your head.
This time, baby, I'll be
Earlier I was wearing my big overcoat and it actually lifted me up.
this time.
Crazy. Tuesday afternoon, BBC Radio 2. It's the big show, and we'll do the weather for you in just a second. Let's do the hands up. Hands up for becoming a vegan. To becoming a vegan. Not a vegetarian, a vegan. Okay, hands up if you're finally getting better from the lurgy that's going around. Yeah. That's good news. And hands up for booking a summer holiday in the Sale. Anybody? Makes you feel good.
find their homes destroyed. Rushing round with scars of war. Babies crying, the aged wounded more. Calling out for someone, hear their voice. Miles away were the thieves and the bandits, laughing and joking and sickly and cruel. They didn't know that the men had come back home. They didn't know the world being pursued. High on a mountain, the men looked below. Cooked up a clan that would help with their foe. Scrambled down the mountain, shooting, reclaimed all the bandits looted. Calling all the heroes, shooting up the town boys. Call all the heroes. Calling all the heroes, burning up the town boys.
Calling all the heroes, it bites. Mr. President.
I'm thinking about Kim Kardashian for Foreign Secretary. What do you think?
Yeah, good idea.
Barry Humphries returns to BBC Radio 2.
Tragically, the music of my youth is rapidly moving towards the periphery of living memory. Now, I hope to give the songs and melodies of the first half of the 20th century a new audience.
We're all alone, no chaperone can get our number.
Barry Humphries' forgotten musical masterpieces.
Personally, I find listening to this music much more beneficial than drinking a kale and wheatgrass smoothie or visiting any so-called therapist.
Continuing this evening from 10
On BBC Radio 2.
We love Barry.
Hello, Paul.
Here's Macca.
Thanks, Tim. Hi, everyone. Blue Planet, you know. We said to Attenborough, look at this fish cracking that shell. Put that in your show, Dave. And he did.
I know. It's down to you, Paul.
Email steve.wright@bbc.co.uk. Text 88291 and tweet the guy at BBC Radio 2.
When I was 6 years old, I broke my leg. And I was running from my brother and his friends, and tasted the sweet perfume of the mountain grass I rolled down. I was younger then. Take me back to when I found my heart, broke it here, made friends and lost them through the years. And I've not seen the boring fields in so long. I know I've grown, but I can't wait to go home. I'm on my way, driving at 90 down those country lanes, singing to Tiny Dancer, and I miss the way you make me feel. It's real. We watch the sunset over the castle on the hill. 15 years old and smoking hand-rolled cigarettes, running from the law through the backfields and getting drunk with my friends. Had my first kiss on a Friday night. I don't reckon that I did it right, but I was younger then. Take me back to when we found weekend jobs, and when we got paid, we'd buy cheap spirits and drink them straight. Me and my friends have not thrown up in so long. Oh, how we've grown, but I can't wait to go home. I'm on my way, driving at 90 down those country lanes, singing to Tiny Dancer, and I miss the way you make
to sell clothes. One works down by the coast. One had 2 kids but lives alone. One's brother overdosed. One's already on his 2nd wife. One's just barely getting by. But these people race me and I can't wait.
A few stories in there. Ed Sheeran, Castle on the Hill.
Steve, it's only 2:15.
That's
you
right,
moron.
Mr. President.
Why are you putting me on so early? Are you desperate for material?
Well,
Why
yes.
don't you talk about precipitation? Lots of rain.
Yeah. Got a yellow warning for ice and snow for parts of Scotland, Northern Ireland, Northern England and Wales from 3 p.m. today until 6 p.m. tomorrow. Snow showers will continue throughout today and overnight, although perhaps more sleet and hail near the coasts. Travel delays on the roads, very possible, as are public transport cancellations. There is a chance of power cuts, while services such as mobile phone coverage may be affected. Some roads and pavements will turn icy with an increased likelihood of some accidents and injuries. And the general forecast like this: heavy snow expected in Northern Ireland and parts of Scotland, including Edinburgh and Glasgow. For the rest of the UK, it's cold with sunny spells, heavy showers and strong winds. High of 6 in Maidstone. And then tonight, wintry showers with more snow over the hills in the north. It's going to be a bitterly cold night tonight with severe gales in the far southwest. Lights on tonight: Aberdeen 402, Londonderry 435, Wrexham 427 and Canterbury 418.
My mother came to hazard when I was just 7. Even then the folks in town said we're prejudiced eyes. That boy's not right. 3 years ago when I came to know Mary, first time that someone looked beyond the rumors and the lies and saw the man inside. We used to walk down by the river. She loved to watch the sun go down. We used to walk along the river and dream our way out of this town. No one understood what I felt for Mary. No one cared until the night she went out walking all alone and never came home. Man with a badge came knocking next morning. Here was I surrounded by 1,000 fingers suddenly pointed right at me. I swear I left her by the river. I swear I left her safe and sound. I need to make it to the river and we
Hazard, Richard Marx on Radio 2, BBC station. Our hair, or my hair, is shocking this afternoon after we're trying to cover garden furniture with a new weatherproof cover. Whatever made me think this was a good idea in this wind, I do not know. Love the show, Steve, from Tracy B. I can see it's all over the place, isn't it? Yeah. Here's what's up. Today we've got Samantha Power, Barack Obama's former foreign policy advisor, who's appearing in a new documentary movie. There's Brendan Cole, Strictly dancer, who's off on his new live tour called All Night Long. Brendan Cole from Strictly, and Matthew Glover and Jane Land. Now, they're the founders of Veganuary, who are telling us how to go vegan in this month. Tim Smith, Janie Lee Grace, Bobby Pryor, Harvey Cook, Matt the Sports Guy, and the oldest chosen by Juno Houghton in Wolverhampton.
This is BBC Radio 2.
We're good to go. Let's do this.
Get on your dancing shoes. It is time to freak out.
This is Radio 2 and you're on Serious Jockin'.
Welcome to the Great Charles House Party, playing the funkiest, souliest music around.
Dear Simon and the Assembled Panel, after 50 years, I think it's time to confess to this.
Live in Hyde Park! We're at the 500 words final!
The winner of Folk Singer of the Year, Chris Drever.
More essential R&B with me, Will Young.
My name is Levi Roots, your friendly neighbor, good Rastaman.
Are you ready, Manchester?
The new year has landed. This is BBC Radio 2.
88 to 91 FM.
2:22 on the big show.
BBC Radio 2. Steve Wright in the afternoon. Radio 2. We are searchlights we can see in the dark. We are rockets pointed up at the stars. We are billions of beautiful hearts. And you sold us down the river too far. What about us? What about all the times you said you had the answers? What about us? What about all the broken happy ever afters? What about us? What about all the plans that ended in disaster? What about love? What about trust? What about us? We are problems that want to be solved. We are children that need to be loved. We were willing, we came when you called. But man, you fooled us. Enough is enough. Oh, what about us? What about all the times you said you had the answer? What about us? What about all the broken happy ever afters? Oh, what about us? What about all the plans that ended in disaster?
ready? I don't want control, I want to let go. Are you ready? I'll be ready. 'Cause now it's time to let them know you're ready. What about us? What about all the times you said you had the answer? So what about us? What about all the broken happy ever afters?
That is our friend Pink. What about us? Hey, Stephen Team, would you please wish my chicken a massive get well soon? I don't think it's an actual chicken. She's really not well. She's a long-time listener and loves the show. It's kind of an affectionate name, is Chicken. Thank you so much from Her Bear in Cornwall. And this is Afternoon Steve and Crew. Get to hear your whole show today whilst working away in the office on me own. Say hi to me. You always keep me going. Thank you from Jules. And this is good show so far. Can you play me a tune as I'm pruning a border for a customer and it's very cold and windy? Hope it doesn't rain now. Thanks, I'm Richard in Hampshire. You got it. Here comes Christy Moore. Ride on.
Through you ride the finest horse I've ever seen. Standing 16, 1 or 2, with eyes wild and green. You ride the horse so well, hands light to the touch. I could never go with you no matter how I wanted to. Ride on, see you. I could never go with you no matter how I wanted to. Ride on, see you. I could never go with you no matter how I wanted to. When you ride into the night without a trace behind, run your claw along my gut one last time. I turn to face an empty space where you used to lie, and look for the spark that lights the night through a teardrop in my eye. Ride on, see you. I could never go with you no matter how I wanted to. Ride on, see you. I could never go with
2:30 in Great Britain. This is Radio 2. There's Christy Moore and Right On.
You say you got a girl. How you want me? How you want me when you got a girl? The feeling is reckless of knowing it's selfish, knowing I'm desperate, getting on in it, left falling all over love. I do it till it's last. Hanging out the back, all of me go last. Like, is you coming home? Is you out with her? I don't care long as you here by 10:30, no later than drop them drugs, give me what I want. My man is your man, hurt is her man too. My man is your man, hurt that's her man. Tuesday and Wednesday, Thursday and Friday, I just keep him satisfied through the weekend. You like 9 to 5, I'm the weekend. Make him lose his mind every weekend. You take Wednesday, Thursday, and just send him my way. Think I got it covered for the weekend. I gotta say I'm in the mood for a little bit more of that. I mean, I'm saying what kind of these is 2 days. I need me at least about 4 of them, more of them, more you, more me, more us. Just tell me you want me one day, and I'll be at your door, ready to take a place, ready to give you what you've been missing on weekdays, what you've been waiting for. 10:30, no later than drop them drawers. I know what you want. My man is your man, hurt is her man too. My man is your man, hurt that's her man. Tuesday and Wednesday, Thursday and Friday, I just keep him satisfied through the weekend. You like 9 to 5.
The Weekend, Scissor, Calvin Harris. Oh, we love that.
Lose his mind every weekend. You take Wednesday, Thursday, and just send him my way. Think I got.
Oh, look, today we can bring on Janie Lee Grace and Tim Smith, and we can do some factoids. Some Brits spend the equivalent of about a full week stuck in traffic every single year.
Talking of Brits and talking of traffic, according to the DVLA, British motorists spent £110 million on personalised number plates last year. That was up 12% on 2016.
Well, I have a different opinion of those now. I used to think, oh, what do you got that for? But then, of course, they're a great investment, aren't they?
Well, some can be, yeah. The rare ones really do go up in value, don't they?
Yeah, extremely high in value.
Yeah, I've got SW1 if you want it. It's going to cost you a bob or two.
Yeah, and a friend of mine, years and years ago, had hip DJ. That would have been good for you.
Not really. Maybe for Tim.
Thank you.
Yeah, I saw BBC One.
Yes.
And I've seen Ken One right outside this building here.
Oh,
Ken
not
One.
seen that. That's a good one, isn't it? That's not Ken's, though, is it?
No, it's not Ken Bruce's. Janie, what you got?
New York drifts about an inch further away from London every year.
Oh, that's interesting. Tim?
The word obesity wasn't seen in English until 1611, and the word obese wasn't used until 1651.
1611, that's way past 4 o'clock, and then 51 is even further past.
Yes, 9 minutes to 5.
Exactly.
Will you stop doing that?
I'm sorry, I know. Here's Janie.
A coyote can hear a mouse moving underneath a foot of snow.
Oh, yeah. Oh, they're vicious sometimes.
You know chimpanzees?
Yes, I do.
They have the same number of... Why'd you say it like that?
Go on.
They have the same number of hair follicles as a human being does.
Factoids.
I could have swore I saw fireworks from your house last night. As the lights flickered and they failed, I had it all figured out. Why do I do this to myself?
Digital Currency Day. I know that Tim's still on his bitcoins. It's also Religious Freedom Day in the US. Today is the 20th anniversary of Coldplay making their live debut, performing their one and only show under the name Starfish. Tickets cost £4 and around 115 people turned up. That's an incredible anniversary. Paris Men's Fashion Week starts today, as does Fashion Week Berlin. The Masters Snooker continues at Ali Pali, and the Australian Open Tennis continues later on, plus the Tour Down Under cycling race beginning also today. Well, the FA Cup third round replay matches tonight include Chelsea against Norwich, Leicester play Fleetwood Town, Mansfield Town play Cardiff, Reading take on Stevenage, Sheffield Wednesday play Carlisle United, Swansea play Wolves, it's West Ham against Shrewsbury Town, and Wigan against Bournemouth. The Festival of Feminism starts today at the Camden's People's Theatre in London. It's also the start of the European Amusement and Gaming Expo in London. And the India International Coffee Fest has opened in Bangalore. Kate Moss is 44, John Carpenter is 70, and James May, I always think he's a bit Eeyore, is James. I love James. Happy birthday, James.
For years, we've always said we essentially make the programme we want to make, and you can't deliberately make a global TV programme, not a factual one. You can if it's a drama.
But you do have that relationship between you, and, you know, knowing you for years, I mean, it is a genuine relationship. And the locals seem to get it.
We are blokes from Britain, and we make essentially a British car show. But the great thing is that everybody gets that. And why not? I've watched factual programmes from America, and I don't think these people are Americans. I can't possibly watch this. So, yeah, it seems to work, which is tremendous for us.
There's James talking about the Grand Tour. Here's Janie Lee. Grace, what you got?
Just 1 in 5 say the rail service is better. That's a fifth of commuters then have noticed some improvement on their train service over the past year. This is according to Watchdog Which.
Yep.
Despite the high fare rise, which we all know about, in 5 years and seemingly endless engineering works, 13% believe their service is actually worse. 2/3 think it stayed the same, and this 20% say they have seen improvements. Depends which line you're on, though, doesn't it? There'll be a lot of lines where no one's seen an improvement, and there'll be others where they think it's pretty good. I have to say, the train line I come in on, it's not too bad. You know, if I actually think back over the course of a year, there haven't been that many delays. There's been 1 or 2, but not too many.
What are you on, Thameslink or something?
No, it's
like
not
that?
Thameslink. I come in from Hertfordshire, but they've changed the name, so it used to be kind of called London Midland. I think they now call it North Eastern Railway.
Right.
But anyway, it's not too bad. But the price is high.
It all depends. I mean, the prices are ridiculously high, and I'm not a fan of the railways whatsoever. I mean, I travel on the railways, but, you know, I think the service is frequently underdone.
I love travelling on the train, provided it, you know, runs on time, etc. I think the service on most trains that I take is pretty good. But, you know, occasionally you'll be thinking, OK, I've booked to go on the 9:30, and then you hear an hour before that train's been cancelled.
Listen.
I mean, what can you do if that happens? Especially if you're relying on getting somewhere.
Talk to any commuters and they'll give you the where and what for. I mean, really, you know, it's getting worse. As
But
Janie
when it's
says.
on time and the service is good, I think travelling on the train is great. I love it. It's
well, of
relaxing.
course it is. It's like saying, well, when it's sun shining, the sun's shining.
That's a good point,
We know that.
I'd like to see steam trains come back, wouldn't you?
What kind of logic is that? Don't you get on any phone-ins? Supermarket chain Iceland has said it will eliminate or drastically reduce plastic packaging of its own label products, by the end of 2023. Although, you know, you think they might be able to do it sooner.
Yeah, that would be good, actually. I mean, I can't see how long it's going to take, really, just to take the packaging off the onions and the things that are already packaged. That bit could be done literally in months. I really believe that.
You know, when you buy, for example, I've got some felt tip pens which I've just bought.
Oh, cracky, you need scissors to be able to open the packaging.
But it's paper packaging. It's kind of not plastic, it's paper. So I guess that's what they'll use.
Oh, okay.
You know, in wrapping meat. It looks like plastic, but really it's paper.
Oh, well, that sounds very innovative.
Yeah.
I mean, I've not seen anything like that, because usually, you know, you need, literally, as I say, you need scissors to open the plastic that's wrapping the pen or whatever it is, which shouldn't need a wrapper anyway. But you need scissors to open that, and if you buy the scissors, you need scissors to open the package of scissors.
That's very
you ever
true.
read that one?
Yeah, that is true.
But you're right, it will be some kind of paper, I suppose. But there's lots of options now. I mean, there are companies who make natural skincare products, and all of their packaging is completely biodegradable. They've found some really fantastic...
Oh, what's the texture of it? Like paper?
No, it feels like a very...
Cardboard?
No, it feels like a thin version of plastic, but it's not plastic. It's
pulp,
completely
isn't it? It's like a
biodegradable.
wood pulp
Well, there's all kind of different things. I mean, one company that I know, you can buy sort of sun creams and all kinds of stuff, and they use something that's made from cane sugar. So they're using just what would effectively be waste products, but they're able to turn them into, you know, packaging, and it doesn't cost really any more.
But you can't eat it after.
You probably could. I mean, I always say don't put anything on your skin you can't eat. You can eat the wrapping as well if you like.
Brendan Cole with us later. Matthew Glover and Jane Land. They're going to be talking about veganism. Brendan Cole, of course, from Strictly. And Samantha Power. She is Barack Obama's former foreign policy advisor who's appearing in a new documentary movie. All on the big show.
Drop top Porsche, rollie on my wrist, diamonds up and down my chain. Cardi B straight stunning, can't tell me nothing. Bossed up and I changed the game. It's my big bronze boogie, got all them girls shook. My big fat got all them boys cooked. We're from dollar bills, now we popping rubber bands. Bruno sang to me while I do my money dance like, hey. Flexing on the gram like, hey. Hit the Lil Jon, okay. Oh yeah, we dripping the finesse and getting paid.
Ooh, don't we look good together? There's a reason why they watch all night long. Yeah, I know we'll turn heads forever. So tonight I'm gonna show you off. When I'm walking with you, I watch the whole room change. Baby, that's what you do. No, my baby don't play. Blame it on my confidence, or blame it on your measurements. Shut the shit down on sight. That's right. We out here dripping in finesse. It don't make no sense. Out here dripping in finesse. You know it, you know. We out here dripping in finesse. It don't make no sense. Out here dripping in finesse. You know it, you know it. Now slow it down for me, baby. 'Cause I love the way it feels when we grind. Connection so magnetic on the floor. Nothing can stop us tonight. We're now walking with you. I watch the whole room change. Baby, that's what you do. No, my baby don't play. Blame it on my confidence, or blame it on your measurements. Shut the shit down on sight. That's right. We out here dripping in finesse. It don't make no sense. Out here dripping in finesse. You know it,
I think you'll find I'll be playing that on Serious Jockin' on Friday. Bruno Mars, Cardi B, Finesse remix. I got 16 to 3, and here is Bobby Pryor. Bobby.
Thank you, Steve. Northern Ireland, the A28 in Armagh, Market Hill. We've still got difficult driving conditions. It is open. A lorry became stuck in the snow between Armagh and Newry, so it's still very, very slow both ways, but you can get through. Clackmannanshire Bridge, the A876 northbound, partially blocked. Accident in the snowy conditions between the Southern Approach Road, which is the A876, and the A977. So you've got slow traffic, but again, you can get across. A68 on the Scottish borders, just getting news at St Boswell, stop-start traffic because of the snowy conditions between the A699 and the A698. So it's very snowy through there. The A83 was partially blocked by an accident between Tarbet and Inverary. That's now opened. Otterburn, the A696 is still closed both ways with this earlier accident in the snow, which is between the B6320 and the B6341. A713 at Dalmellington is still closed. Accident in the snow between Dalmellington and the A77. Unsnow related, the M58 eastbound, accident between 5 and 6. So towards the M6, junction 26, we've got one lane shut, so it's slow through there. M1 problems now just northbound 35A, Stocksbridge to 36 at Sheffield North. Accident has closed one lane. The A57, the Snake Pass, still closed with the snow between the Hurst Road at Glossop and the Lady Bower Reservoir, but the Woodhead Pass remains open, but it is snowy and it is slippy. A5 still closed for barrier repairs between the M6 at junction 12 and Longford Island. And then to the M25. If you're clockwise heading towards the QE2 bridge, there's a big queue. Between 30 and 31, they were holding the traffic because of an accident. They've now released the traffic, but you've still got a big queue heading from junction 28. A34 northbound Bullington Cross, the entry slit road to the A303, partially blocked, but you can get through there. And the A38 finally at Tydford, blocked completely. Accident between Kilner Lane at Tydford and Landrake, so blocked both ways. Back with more in 40 minutes.
Wow, thank you, Bobster.
Bobby Pryor, official traffic operative.
Steve Wright in the afternoon. Baby, I'm taken with the notion to love you with the sweetest of devotion.
was a great hit. Whatever happened to Amy Grant?
Here for you, baby.
11 minutes to 3. Steve listening to you while sunbathing here in Barbados. It's 28C here. Good show, by the way. Regards, Dave Watt. Right, Dave? We'd like to send a big happy birthday wish, this says, to our friend Debs. So she's here with us today, so hopefully she'll hear this message while we're all together. All of our love from Joanna and Sharon and Alison and Vanessa and Tanya. Thank you from Tanya. And this says, loving the show, listen to you from Knoxville, Tennessee every day here on my commute home. Knoxville, Tennessee. Can you give a shout out to my dad? That's Gary in Coventry. I know he listens every day at work with love from Wayne, Amber and Emily Grace. The inflation rate dropped to 3% in December from November's 6-year high of 3.1%, the first fall since June. The Cranberries lead singer, as you've heard, Dolores O'Riordan, has died suddenly at the age of 46. Her publicist confirmed, in fact, last night. The Irish musician, originally from Limerick, led the band to international success in the 90s with singles including Linger and Zombie, and others, of course. A third of the lowest income households in Britain have loans and credit card debts that outstrip the assets they hold, research finding today. Thousands of UK nationals have bought fake degrees from a multi-million pound diploma mill in Pakistan. This according to BBC Radio 4's File on 4 programme, an investigation that they did. Stifling a sneeze, Tim, by clamping your nose and mouth shut, can cause serious physical damage. Doctors are warning. I say this to Tim because I've never heard you sneeze, Janie.
Well, that's such an interesting study, isn't it? Because, of course, if you're a broadcaster, you can't sneeze in the middle of a conversation, can you?
No.
And over the years, what I've learned to do is, and I'm sure they probably say this is bad as well, but if you take just your little finger and press the top of your lip, like in the little
works.
kind of dent, that completely stops your sneeze. Have you never seen me do that?
No.
I've done that lots and lots of times I've been on the air, yeah.
So describe that again.
Well, you literally take your little finger, and you press quite firmly on the little dent on your top lip. You press quite firmly, that stops you sneezing. I mean, they would probably say it's not a great thing to do, but, when needs must, I've been in the middle of radio shows, halfway through a link, you've got to do something.
I should just point out that Steve has a very sceptical look on his face at this point. Next time you're going to sneeze, try it. But this report is quite interesting because I will stifle a sneeze just by covering my nostrils.
Yeah, we all do that.
We all do that, of course.
That,
but what this is saying is if you do that as you're about to sneeze or as you sneeze, that can be quite dangerous, can't it?
Yeah, that's what it says. Medics in Leicester treated a 34-year-old man who ruptured his throat while trying to stop a high-force sneeze. With nowhere to escape, the pressure ripped through the soft tissue, and although rare and unusual, they say others should be aware of the danger. Ouch. Trapping a sneeze could also damage the ears or even rupture the brain aneurysm, they warn in the journal BMJ Case Reports. Wow, that's incredible. You've never heard of that?
I haven't heard of that before. My dad had a sneeze on him, though. Blimey, if they could have harnessed the power in that.
Really?
Yes. That would have solved the energy problem, I tell you, around the world. What a sneeze.
Could have got the go-kart going.
When you get people like that and they've got really loud sneezes, I always remember when I was at college there was a girl who had a really loud sneeze. It was unbelievable. And actually you get quite cross because you get such a shock from it. And once the lecturer walked out, he was so frustrated and annoyed that she'd sneezed.
I must just do you. I must just do you my mum's old sneeze, my late mum.
Okay.
That's better than my late dad's.
That is how my mum used to sneeze.
That would make me walk out, definitely.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I know. Here's the thing about the flu that's going around at the moment, or the very bad colds. Why do people turn around to people that are coughing and or sneezing and tell them to stop? Like as if they can. Could you please stop coughing and sneezing? Well, if I could, I would.
People obviously do try, but it's dangerous, so don't try too hard.
All right. I'm back with Love Songs this Sunday morning from 9, and you can phone in now with your dedication for this week's show. Call and leave a message anytime on 03 700 100 200. Standard geographic charges apply. Calls from mobiles will be higher. Be sure to mention who you are. This is for Love Songs this coming Sunday, and where you're from, along with who your message is for, your dedication, and why you want us to play the song on Love Songs. Note that every phone message for this Sunday show must reach us before midday on Thursday, please. That number again, if you want to leave a dedication for this week's Love Songs this coming Sunday, 03 700 100 200. You can do that all afternoon, and if you do it by 5, that will be groovy. Thank you very much.
Oh, look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. Ooh, wee. Look at that, look at that, look at that. Ooh, wee. Oh, ah, oh, ah. or die for praying to God. But she's so fine. She's so fine. She's really sweet, the finest girl you ever want to meet. Well, she really fills the clothes from her head to toe. I want the world to know I love her so. She's alright. She's alright. She's alright. She loves me about the day and night. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. She's the finest girl you ever want to meet. Well, she's like honey from a bee, like peaches from a tree. I love her, need her. She means so much to me. She's alright. She's got what it takes. She's got what it takes, and with me she really raves. Well, now she's my cutie, my tutti frutti, my heart, my love, my bathing beauty. She's alright. She's got just what it takes. She's got what it takes, and with me she really raves. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, 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 oh. The finest girl you ever wanna meet. The finest girl you ever wanna meet. The finest girl you ever wanna
Put it down, then I'll pick it back up. Praying for your name to pop up. Telling me that you're still in love with me.
No matter how hard I hold, no matter how much I want, no matter how bad I'm broke, you still don't
Call me. You've taken all the time you need. If I love means anything, baby, please call me.
Yes, can't sleep, I'm scared to dream. I'm remembering everything that you said
to me when I was yours and you were mine, and I didn't have to wait all night for you to call me. You've taken all the time you need. If I love means anything, baby, please call me. Don't you miss me? Don't you need me? Don't you leave me this way?
Aren't you lonely?
Don't you want me?
How many times must I say?
Call me. You've taken all the time you need.
Oh, if I love means anything, call me. If I love means anything,
baby, please call me.
Good team. Call me. Imelda May, Jack Savaretti. Tuesday afternoon, Radio 2. If you need to email us, steve.wright@bbc.co.uk. Love to hear from you. Text 88291 and tweet us at BBC Radio 2. When we come back, Juno Houghton in Wolverhampton picks the non-stop oldies.
This is Harvey Cook. The Chancellor is insisting that he will ensure that public services contracts run by the construction firm Carillion will continue despite the collapse of the company because of mounting debts. The business is going to liquidation, putting the long-term future of up to 20,000 jobs under threat. The Chancellor, Philip Hammond, told the Commons that the Treasury would underwrite the costs.
What the Treasury has done is provided the official receiver with a line of credit that enables the official receiver's office to operate the company's public sector contracts, recovering the cost in due course from the department that would have paid fees for those services anyway.
A man from East London's gone on trial accused of planning terrorist attacks on some of the city's best-known landmarks, including Parliament and Big Ben. Prosecutors say Omar Haq was inspired by the Islamic State group. He denies the charges. The President of the European Council, Donald Tusk, says the UK is entitled to change its mind and remain in the EU. That was echoed by the President of the European Commission, Jean-Claude Juncker. Adam Fleming reports.
Donald Tusk has said similar things before, but he's never put it as strongly as this. It's possible for the UK to stay in the EU. He quoted the Brexit Secretary David Davis, who once said a democracy wasn't a democracy if it couldn't change its mind. He added that the EU's heart remained open to the UK. The President of the European Commission, Jean-Claude Juncker, said he hoped that message would be heard in London.
The chairman of the Parole Board of England and Wales has called for an independent investigation into claims that victims of the serial sex attacker John Warboys weren't consulted about the decision to release him. Nick Hardwick said he would welcome a legal review of the decision, but insisted the board would never be influenced by political interference. A BBC investigation has found that more than 3,000 bogus degrees have been purchased in the UK from a so-called diploma mill in Pakistan. Its operator, Exact, is accused of blackmailing customers to keep it a secret. David D'Souza, who's from the Chartered Institute of Personnel and Development, says the problem wouldn't arise if employers were more inclusive in their recruitment practices.
One of the things we have proliferating in the UK is that people put down as an employer that we would like people to have a degree as a preference, and that actually makes it harder for people to move and encourages people to go to fake universities. It's incredibly frustrating to candidates to feel that they're being locked out.
The veteran broadcaster Ed Doolan has died. He was 76 and had been diagnosed with dementia. Ed Doolan was a household name in the West Midlands on his long-running consumer affairs programme for BBC WM. And the Green Party has welcomed news that Iceland will get rid of all plastic packaging on their own brand products within 5 years. It's called on other supermarkets to follow their lead. And that's the BBC News at 3 minutes past 3. Our next at 4.
Thank you, Alf. Wolverhampton picking these non-stop oldies. That was Alison Moyet, Love Resurrection. Here comes Our Friends Electric, Gary Newman, Tubeway Army. On the oldies.
It's cold outside, and the paint's spilling out of my walls. There's a man outside in a long coat grey hat, smoking a cigarette.
Gary Newman, always very scary as a performer, but actually a sweetheart in real life. Not scary in any way. Gary Newman, Tubeway Army, Our Friends Electric on the non-stop oldies, chosen by Juno Houghton in Wolverhampton. Stephen Team, I live in Wolverhampton, in the good old West Midlands, with my brother, I beg your pardon, with my better half, Daniel Green, and our two pointers called Boris and Otis. I've no idea how long we've been together, as we started off as best friends and it grew from there, really. He still is my best friend and makes me laugh every single day. I work locally as a manager for a very well-known Swedish flat-pack furniture company. Oh, thanks. No, I don't know. Get a lot of meatballs there, don't you? What else you got here? Let's have a look. Okay. I love my job and the people I work with, who are the very best work family I could wish for. Our dogs take up most of our time, and holidays are mostly with them in favourite places, which are Devon and Northumberland. My mum is originally from Rotterdam and met my dad on a student exchange trip with Stourbridge Art College in the late 60s. I'm so proud to be half Dutch. I get my love of music from my dad, who has an extensive vinyl collection. I hope you approve of my choices. We love them. Bit of a badge on its way.
Summer, you can see it fading fast. So you grab a piece of something that you think is gonna last. Well, you wouldn't even know a diamond if you held it in your hand. The things you think are precious, I can't understand. Are you reeling in the years, stowing away the time? Are you gathering up the tears? Have you had enough of mine? Are you reeling in the years, stowing away the time? Are you gathering up the tears? Have you had enough of mine? You've been telling me you're a genius since you were 17. In all the time I've known you, I still don't know what you mean. The weekend at the college didn't turn out like you planned. The things that pass for knowledge I can't understand. Are you reeling in the years, stowing away the time? Are you gathering up the tears? Have you had enough of mine? Are you reeling in the years, stowing away the time? Are you gathering up the tears? Have you had enough of mine? Of time. The trip we made to Hollywood is etched upon my mind. After all the things we've done and seen, you find another man. The things you think are useless, I can't understand. Are you reeling in the years, stowing away the time? Are you gathering up the tears? Have you had enough of mine? Are you reeling in the years, stowing away the time? Are you gathering up the tears? Have you had enough of mine?
Reeling, no G, in the years, Steely Dan. That's brilliant. It's great guitar work as well. Later, we're talking to Samantha Powell, Barack Obama's former foreign policy advisor, Brendan Cole from Strictly, Matthew Glover and Jane Land. They're founders of Veganuary, telling us about how to go vegan. I'm up for it, me. And these are the non-stop oldies chosen by Juno Houghton in Wolverhampton. Now the Smiths.
somewhere. Nothing in particular. You shut your mouth, how can you say I go about things the wrong way? I am human and I need to be loved, just like everybody else does.
Soon is now the Smiths. Juno Houghton in Wolverhampton picking these non-stop oldies. There'll be more in the mo.
Saturday mornings to me are all about playing the best new music, catching up with some friendly faces, and setting you up for a great weekend.
Saturday breakfast with Dermot O'Leary.
Tom Jones, Lady Jennifer Hudson. How we doing?
Ooh, I like how you said that.
I've been trying to get onto Mystery Voice competition for weeks. I knew it was Richard Curtis all the time. All very well in hindsight. I have no proof. Eddie tapped me on the shoulder and went, "You make a good soldier." I was like, "Really? Really? Why?" Right. He just looked at my rucksack and went, "You do good admin." I was like, "What? That cannot be the reason why you've said that."
Saturday breakfast with Dermot O'Leary.
Join me this weekend where my special guest will be Noel Gallagher. Saturday morning
Brilliant.
from 8 on BBC Radio 2.
Thank you, Dermot.
It's hit after hit, the non-stop oldies every day. And I remember there was a radio coming from the room next door, and my mother laughed the way some ladies do. When it's late in the evening and the music's seeping through, the next thing I remember, I'm walking down the street, I'm feeling alright, I'm with my boys and with my troops, yeah. And down along the avenue, some guys were shooting pool, and I heard the sound of a cappella groups, yeah, singing late in the evening, and all the girls out on the stoops, yeah. Then I learned to play some lead guitar. I was underage in this funky bar, and I stepped outside and smoked myself a J. And when I come back to the room, everybody just seemed to move, and I turned my amp up loud and I began to twice, I've been on the floor, but I never loved no one the way that I love you. And it was late in the evening, and all the music seeping through.
BBC Radio 2, the number one radio station in all of the land. Paul Simon, late in the evening on the non-stop oldies.
Every day, non-stop oldies.
These are some very groovy oldies, as chosen by Juno Houghton in Wolverhampton. One more to go. Bob Marley and the Wailers, Could You Be Loved? And this is I Am What I Am, da-da-da-da, pom-pom-pom-pom, Edie Brickell and the New Bohemians. I've played this for years, I love it.
I'm not aware of too many things. I know what I know, if you know what I mean. Philosophy is the talk on the cereal box. Religion is a smile on a doll. I'm not aware of too many things. I know what I know, if you know what I mean.
Those were the non-stop oldies, 3:30 in the UK, BBC Radio 2. Thank you, Juno, for those. And we're going to send you off a badge. Even as we speak, we're sending it right now, yeah? It's true. A California couple have been arrested after police found their 13 children allegedly held captive at home, some shackled to their beds with chains and padlocks. David Allen Turpin, 57, and Louise Anna Turpin, 49, were held on charges of torture and child endangerment. The government has ordered a fast-track investigation into directors at the failed construction firm Carillion. Fast food chain McDonald's has said its packaging worldwide will come from sustainable sources by 2025. Mackie D's will aim to get all items like bags, straws, wrappers and cups from recycled or renewable materials, up from half currently. And weather warnings have been upgraded as snow and ice continues to affect large parts of Scotland. The Met Office issued an amber alert for southwest Scotland, extending now to parts of the central belt from this afternoon until Wednesday morning, tomorrow morning. Scores of schools have been closed in the Highlands and Dumfries and Galloway after overnight snowfall. Just a few of these before we go to travel. Steve, I'm enjoying your show whilst tidying my pre-nursery in Notting Hill. How can 2-year-olds make such a mess? I know. That's from Auntie Annie. Steve, any chance for a quick shout-out for Freddie Thomas Holland? Now 8 days old and already a Big Show fan. That's, yeah, getting young. Mum, Anna, and Dad, Michael, doing well. Cheers, Grandad Ian from Bolton. Thank you, Grandad Ian. And this says, good afternoon, Wrighty, can I have a shout out, please? I've just delivered some fencing in Southampton. Now I'm on the return trip back to Cheshire from Chris the Trucker. Thanks for the company, guys. And here is Bobby. What you got?
Thank you, Steve. Well, talking the snowy conditions, Northern Ireland, the A42 in the snow and ice. At Brughshane, we've got it closed both ways. Accident at the B94. Also, the A77 northbound at Ayr, we've got it closed completely. Accident in the snow between the A713, which is the Bankfield roundabout, and the A70. Also, if you're heading onto the A74M, I had a lot of calls in the last 20 minutes about the snow heading away from Glasgow down towards the M6 on that entire stretch. Now, it varied in amounts, but now on the A74M, between 14 and 15, partially blocked each way between the A702 Moffat turn and the A701 Moffat turn. So that's the A702 that you usually take if you use that route, that country route to Edinburgh. Partially blocked by an accident between Moffat and Elvenfoot, and you've got really snowy conditions. Do give me a call later on. After I finish this, I'll give you the number if you're snowy and we're not reporting it. M58 eastbound accident's gone, 5 to the M6, that's a clear run. M1 northbound accident 37 to 38 at Huddersfield, we've got one lane shut. And the M62 westbound 26 to 25 at Brighouse, accident is still there, 2 lanes are shut. Snake past the A57 at Glossop. Now that's been closed all day between the Hurst Road at Glossop and the Ladybower Reservoir. The latest on the Woodhead Pass, I was saying the A628 was open, just got loads of calls. Lots of vehicles are now stranded in new snow that's gone through there. They have set up the snowplows. If you're stuck in that snow and you're stuck at the top, just be aware snowplows are coming. Some are there already, but they're coming from either side. And Steve and everyone else who called, they are up to free you, but just be aware it's still not officially closed. But if I tell you that vehicles are stranded in that snow, that gives you a better idea if you're going to make that decision. M25 clockwise still busy towards the QE2 bridge following the earlier accident. A34 northbound at Bullington Cross. The entry slip road is still partially blocked to the A303, and Tideford, the A38 is still blocked both ways. Accident between Tideford and Landrake. And finally that number 03700 100 200 to update us on the travel. 03700 100 200. Back in 20 minutes.
Thank you, Bobby.
Help me, I can't stop tweeting.
Ever thought of becoming a vegan? You can find out how soon with Matthew Glover and Jane Land. Next.
BBC Radio 2 in the United Kingdom. I'm like a paper plane that's caught in winds that change. Sailed so high, your love will be my lullaby. I'm like a paper plane, can't be Just keep me in your heavenly sight. Fighting the rain, racing the storm. Who will catch me if I fall? Making my way, coming back home. From where the paper planes have gone. Where the paper planes have gone. I'm like a paper plane. My wings are made to fly. I've traveled far and wide just to find that true love never dies. And I'll navigate my way to you, over hills and skies no longer blue, and across the borders, across the sky. Your love will be my guiding light. Fighting the rain, racing the storm. Who will catch me if I fall? I'm making my way, coming back home. From where the paper planes have gone. Where the paper planes have gone.
Jose Parch, Paper Planes.
The first chapter of a magical story has begun.
It's action-packed.
Out of this world!
With the most magical fairy tale ending.
The Radio 2 Breakfast Show's short story writing competition for kids 13 and under is back.
With an awesome new prize.
A ride in the Chitty Chitty Bang Bang and a truly scrumptious tea on the Thames aboard Her Majesty the Queen's row barge. And the final will be held at the amazing Hampton Court Palace. To enter, go to bbc.co.uk/500 words.
Make sure your story has a happy ending. Enter by the 22nd of February.
500 words.
Let your imagination run wild.
We're returning for Factoids. Janie Lee Grace.
There are around 4 motoring offences every year for every 10 vehicles.
Let me think about that. Yeah, I
That's
got
quite
that.
a lot.
Yeah.
That is quite a high proportion, yeah. Ray Tomlinson. Do you know what Ray Tomlinson is credited as being the first person to ever do?
Did he invent the snooker table?
No, he didn't.
Did he invent creosote?
No, he didn't. Good guess,
Very
Janie.
good guess. Did he invent that little key that goes into a wind-up clock?
No, he didn't, but I wonder who did invent that. And also, I wonder who invented that triangular key that you need when you want to check your gas meter.
I don't think we're ever going to know any answers to any of those questions.
Factoids.
By the way, it was email.
Never did fit in. Always the one left out. Just the girl at the back you never gave a damn about. Tough growing up when they shoot you down. But I knew someday, some way it was all about just getting out. Then I turned 18, said I'm gonna sing. Pack my bags and they laughed 'cause you'll never be anything. Well, talk of the town, that's what I am now. Hear them whispering about the dreams I had behind my back. I'm just the
married couple here, and they are Matthew Glover and Jane Land. How to Go Vegan is the name of the book. And here they are. Look, everybody. Now, I am a vegan-friendly host because
That's good to hear.
I think you should be respected for whatever it is you're doing. And if you don't eat meat and you don't eat dairy and you're vegan, that's fine. It's fine with everybody. Except, of course, restaurants. I wonder if you find, both of you, that they don't really understand what it is.
Things have got a lot better, especially the chain restaurants. They're coming on board. They've got vegan menus, vegan options on the menus. We've got lots of them working with us, actually, with Veganuary this year and doing special offers throughout the month.
You used a word there, Veganuary.
Veganuary.
Can you explain that word?
Vegan January, basically. So what we're doing is trying to encourage people to just give it a go for a month. We're not saying go vegan, we're saying try vegan for the month of January. In fact, you can still sign up today and do it for a month.
Okay, now explain what a full vegan doesn't eat.
We try not to focus on what you can't eat. Yeah, I mean, we're avoiding animal products. Most of us do that for ethical reasons. Some do it for health and environmental reasons as well. So we wouldn't eat meat, dairy, eggs, cheese and whatever. But these days, you've got a lot more alternatives. There are replacements for cheeses and ice creams and what have you. But also what you tend to find is when you go vegan, you open your mind to a lot more plant-based options that maybe you wouldn't have done before. A lot of people are stuck in a rut and they eat the same things all the time, whereas Veganuary gives you a chance to try new things.
In terms of the nutritional advice you give, because I'm sure there'll be lots of people who really want to try this because they hope they'll lose some weight and they'll be a bit healthier, which is great. But the one concern might be that, as you say, they're a kind of replacement food. So if you just cut out the meat and the dairy, a lot of people then go to lots of bread type things and lots of carbohydrates. So they end up possibly even putting on weight. So it's a large part of what you do, trying to educate people not to just opt for the replacement, in inverted commas.
The information that we have in the book and we have on our website is all about the whole food plant-based diet, so that is a way that you can live. We have Dr. Gregor's Daily Dozen and we've got this printed off on our fridge and we try to live by it, don't we? So it is more about your fruits and your vegetables and your whole grain.
What was it like? I mean, I don't know how long you've been vegans for. What was it like when you first became vegans?
For me, it was 7 years ago. I must admit, for about a month, I was just eating hummus every day. I did get a bit sick of that. But it does, like I say, force you into a situation where you have to open your mind to other products. And things have moved on so much in the last 7 years. I mean, I was effectively a travelling salesman at the time. So at service stations, I'd be eating nuts and apples and packets of crisps. Whereas now, there's a lot bigger range. And particularly in chain restaurants and the supermarkets, the ranges of vegan products that are coming out. It's amazing. And it's accelerating all of the time.
Okay. The book contains meal suggestions, information on nutrition and protein, and advice on many topics, including where to find vegan food in supermarkets, how to eat out in restaurants, and how to tell your friends and family that you're going vegan. Okay, where is the vegan, like in my local Tesco's?
Tesco's have brought a new range out called Wicked Kitchen. I think it's around 20 different plant-based ready meals.
Wow, I didn't know that.
No, I didn't know that either.
What about other supermarkets, though?
Sainsbury's got theirs out a little bit earlier. They've all got their own range of cheeses and
ice creams. Ben & Jerry's are doing a vegan ice cream now.
Matthew Glover and Jane Land are with us. How to Go Vegan is the book, and we'll come back with them in just a moment. Don't go away.
Tell all the folks in
with Matthew Glover and Jane Land. They're founders of Veganuary, talking about their new book, How to Go Vegan. So let me ask you a couple of those things. What about the menus and what about preparing vegan food? So you're able to go to several supermarkets and buy vegan food. What's the tastiest thing that you prepare?
There's so many options. I mean, in terms of finding recipes, there's hundreds of recipe books out there. Anything that the rest of society has, we have as well. We're going to be eating burritos, we're going to be having curries and chilies, we have vegan pizza. So there really isn't anything that you can miss out on.
But what would be your, when you go to a restaurant and say, yes ma'am, what would you like? What would you ask for?
My go-to favourites are a curry, and I do like lasagna as well.
We're based in York, and there's a great restaurant there that does vegan fried chicken and chips.
No,
and
really?
That is amazing. It's a seitan-based protein. It's wheat gluten that they make it out of. Funnily enough, it's not a vegan restaurant, but the vegan fried chicken is the best-selling product that they have at the restaurant.
There does seem to be, if not a growth in numbers of actual vegans, certainly a growth in interest. Why do you think that's happened? I mean, you know, in the last, 5-10 years?
It isn't actually just the growth in vegans and vegetarians. There's a lot of people are reducing their amount of consumption. So you've got this word flexitarian or meat reducers. It's still good for the vegans because it's meaning there's more products available for us all to eat as well.
So documentaries as well. There's a number of documentaries that have hit Netflix. So Cowspiracy focuses on the environmental aspect. They produced another one last year which was called What the Health. Just more readily available now.
And of course, this is not just about this month. That may or may well not be an introduction to veganism for many people, which they would continue maybe for life.
Yeah, so we find that from the survey that we do in February, 67% of people that take part in January stick with it from February onwards. We also survey them and ask them how they feel at the end of January, and 97% of people that did the survey said they felt healthier by the end of the month than they did at the beginning.
And I know that you guys, you're married, and of course you've been doing this veganuary. He can't even say it. Look,
Veganuary.
I know. I'm just testing to see if you knew. For what? How long for?
We launched in 2014 was our first campaign. It was just in the kitchen with our laptops, put some money behind Facebook ads. I thought that 100 people would take part. Matthew said, no, it's got to be at least 1,000, and we actually got 3,300 that first year.
The result is really going well.
We're doubling in size every year.
Listen, so am I. Matthew and Jane's book, How to Go Vegan. Just a little humour there. The why, the how, and everything you need to make going vegan easy is out right now. Good luck with it, and who knows? You nearly became vegan, didn't you?
I've not been vegan, but I have been vegetarian. But I have lots of friends who are, and I'm totally with you on it. I think the book you've done is great. I think the nutritional aspect is brilliant.
Could you ever see yourself doing it, Tim?
Not in the immediate future, but I wouldn't mind trying it for a month just to see how I got on. But then it's a lot of faffing around in the kitchen to begin with, isn't it?
No.
No, we didn't say.
It's a no.
Yeah, we've written a book about this, actually, funnily enough.
No faffing.
It's a no, Tim.
Okay.
Yeah. Matthew and Jane's book, How to Go Vegan, is out now. And Matthew Glover and Jane Land, thank you very much. Happy New Year.
I thought I saw a man brought to life. He was warm, he came around like he was dignified. He showed me what it was to cry. Well, you couldn't be that man I adore. You don't seem to know, seem to care what your heart is for. Well, I don't know him anymore. There's nothing where he used to lie. My conversation has run dry. That's what's going on. Nothing's fine, I'm torn. I'm all out of faith. This is how I feel. I'm cold and I am shamed, lying naked on the floor. Illusion never changed into something real. I'm wide awake and I can see the perfect sky is torn. You're a little late, I'm already torn. lie. My inspiration has run dry. That's what's going on. Nothing's right, I'm torn. I'm all out of faith. This is how I feel. I'm cold and I am shamed, lying naked on the floor. Illusion never changed into something real. I'm wide awake and I can see the perfect sky is tall. I'm all out of faith. This is how I feel. I'm cold and I'm ashamed, bound and broken on the floor. You're a little late. I'm already
A lot of interesting reaction to the vegan stuff, as you might imagine. Hey Steve, my hubby and I love to listen. He's currently in a digger 30 feet beneath the sea at Dover Docks. Can you give me a shout out and tell him he's awesome? Can he hear me down there though? He always comes home with a factoid from your show and loves serious jocking on Friday. Love from Anna. You got it. Email steve.wright@bbc.co.uk. Text 88291 and tweet us at BBC Radio 2. And now here's the Bobster.
Steve, thank you. First of all, to Northern Ireland, to the A42 in Antrim. Rough shame, we've got it closed completely. Accident in the wintry conditions between the B94. Now, the A77, South Ayrshire, northbound, closed completely. Accident in the snow between the A713, the Bankfield roundabout, and the A70 Homestead roundabout. So northbound between Maybole and Prestwick, it's still completely closed. The A74M through South Lanarkshire, the snowy conditions, there's an accident in that snow between 14 and 15. So both ways, you've got it partially blocked between the Moffat turns, the A702 and the A701. But you can just about get past, but difficult driving conditions. A713 at Dalmellington is still closed with the snow and the accident between Dalmellington and Bankfield roundabout. What has reopened is the A696 at Otterburn. Closed with the accident, has now all reopened between the B6320 and the B6341. Still snowy up there though. Snake Pass. Now that is still completely shut. The latest from the Woodhead Pass, it's not officially closed, but lots of vehicles are stuck in the snow across the top and the snowplows are still going up there. Thank you for your calls about that. We've got a lorry that's crossed the road. We've also got, if you're heading near Homefirth, we've got a car that's overturned as well. So that's the advice, is give it a miss if you can. And then finally to the M25, the big accident towards the QT Bridge is cleared, but it's still a little bit slow from 30. Back with more, half now.
Thank you very much. Don't know if you remember this song. It goes...
There was this kid who
goes like that.
Got into an accident and couldn't come to school. But when he finally came back, his hair had turned from black into bright white. He said that it was from when the cars had smashed his soul. This girl who wouldn't go and change with the girls in the change room, and when they finally made her, they saw birthmarks all over her body. She couldn't quite explain it, they'd always just been this boy whose parents made him come directly home right after school, and when They shook and lurched all over the church floor. He couldn't quite explain it, they'd always just gone there.
What a voice that guy's got. I imagine him with a very big chin. I don't know why. This is Steve Wright in the afternoon at Radio 2. Coming up in the Showbiz Cuts, Gary Oldman, Jack Black, Liam Payne. Our guests are Obama's ex-foreign policy advisor, it's Samantha Power, and from Strictly, Brendan Cole. There is Harvey doing the news next. There's Bobby, there's Tim, there's Sports Guy, latest on the snow and the bad weather, and much more on The Big Show. This is BBC Radio 2 online on digital radio and on 88 to 91 FM.
BBC News at 4 o'clock. This is Harvey Cook. The Shadow Chancellor John McDonnell has called on the Treasury to publish details of all the government's contacts with the construction giant Carillion, which collapsed yesterday. Concerns are growing for a large number of small companies which worked on contracts for Carillion, who fear they could now go out of business. The construction industry trade body Build UK estimates up to 30,000 firms may be owed money. Its chief executive, Susanna Nichols, said its members have been treated very badly.
Carillion were notorious for having long payment periods, 90 days, 120 days, which for many firms is unsustainable. Some people chose not to work for Carillion and not to accept those payment terms. Others accepted them and worked around them. But we need to change that.
The court has heard that a man accused of plotting one or more terror attacks in the UK had drawn up a long list of possible targets, including Big Ben. Umar Haq, who's 25, is on trial alongside 3 other men who deny assisting him. Our Home Affairs correspondent Dominic Casciani is at the Old Bailey.
The other part of this case against Mr Haq, say prosecutors, is that he was involved in the radicalisation of children. He works as an occasional teacher at a secondary school, but also was accused of grooming children in a mosque in East London. He denies those charges, and this is going to be a long and complicated trial.
It's emerged that the serial sex attacker John Warboys was stopped from moving to an open prison 2 years before the parole board decided he was safe to be freed. The board's chairman, Nick Hardwick, has also called for an independent inquiry into allegations that Warboys' victims weren't consulted about his planned release. Inflation has fallen for the first time since June. The Consumer Prices Index, which stood at 3.1% in November, dipped to 3% last month. The Bank of England now believes that inflation has peaked, but these people say poor wage growth means they haven't felt the benefit, particularly at the supermarket checkout.
I literally buy the same, like a head of broccoli or something, and it's gone from, I think 2017, the start of the year was like 39p, and now it's about 60p.
When you get to the checkout, you just think, oh my goodness, that's significantly more, and I think it's just individual items getting that bit more.
Police say they're not treating the death of the Cranberries singer Dolores O'Riordan as suspicious. She was found at a hotel in central London yesterday morning. The case has now been passed to the coroner. The online takeaway service Just Eat has apologised after a customer who complained the delivery driver sent her unwanted text messages was offered a £10 voucher by way of compensation. Michelle Midwinter, who shared her experience on social media, said she'd been contacted by other women with similar stories. The Information Commissioner's Office is investigating whether the Data Protection Act was broken. And that's the BBC News at 4:03. And next at 5.
Thank you, Harvey. Over to you, the sports guy.
Yes, 2 big transfer stories today. Both involve potential departures from Arsenal. Theo Walcott's having a medical at Everton ahead of a £20 million move. Walcott's former club Southampton were also interested, but the player is hoping Everton boss Sam Allardyce can reignite his career. Alexis Sanchez has agreed personal terms with Manchester United, but that move will only go ahead if Henrik Mkhitaryan goes in the opposite direction, and the Armenian is in no rush to make a decision. Chelsea boss Antonio Conte has played down reports that they are interested in Sanchez, saying, "I don't know, but I don't think so." 5 FA Cup replays tonight, including Leicester against Fleetwood and West Ham play Shrewsbury. Joanna Konta and Kyle Edmund are left to fly the British flag at the Australian Open tennis after Heather
Starting
Watson lost
Sunday.
her opening round
Starting
match
Saturday,
to
20th of January.
Kazakhstan's Yulia Putintseva. And Ronnie O'Sullivan eased into the quarterfinals of the Masters snooker after thrashing Marco Fu by 6 frames to 0. Did we all get that?
I don't know. Somebody's making a trailer somewhere and it's coming through to our studio. I don't know. I don't know what that's all about. Sounds good though. Starting Sunday, I believe.
Baby, baby, falling in love. I'm falling in love again.
We like that. Sports guy just carried on.
Baby, baby, falling in love. I'm falling in love again. I could never see what fate had planned for me. And then you came and made my dream this man's reality. Maybe you can't see all the things you've meant to me, but my simple fate is at the gate. And girl, you've got the key. Baby, baby, falling in love. I'm falling in love again. Baby, baby, falling in love. I'm falling in love again. It seems like yesterday you and I first loved this way, but now I know how love can grow with each and every day. As we lay at midnight's hour and feel love's hidden power, so strong and bold as life unfolds, mystery to me. Baby, baby, falling in love. I'm falling in love again. Baby, baby, falling in love. I'm falling in love again. You and me for eternity. In love we'll always be. Young and free and naturally, the way it's got to be. Baby, baby, falling in love. I'm falling in love again. Baby, baby, falling in love. I'm falling in love again.
Falling in love, it's Hamilton, Joe Frank and Reynolds.
Baby, baby, falling
Didn't they sell your house for you?
I'm falling in love again.
Now, in the social media today, presenter Ed Doolan has passed away, aged 76, and he's trending on Twitter. I didn't know Ed, but I was a great admirer of his broadcasting, I have to say. Simon tweets, "So sad to hear of the passing of Ed Doolan, a great broadcaster, voice of Birmingham and champion for the underdog." Owen tweets, "Ed Doolan was a legend. I loved his shows. He had such a fabulous way of brightening up your day." And David tweets, "Such sad news of the passing of Ed Doolan. As I grew up in the 70s, he helped make radio in Birmingham vibrant and unique." Over on Facebook, people are talking about Will Ferrell's hilarious interview with tennis player Roger Federer at the Australian Open. In his famous anchorman persona of newsreader Ron Burgundy, I'm Ron Burgundy. We'll ask Roger if he felt like a young gazelle on court. He replied, maybe, maybe not. Don't they get eaten in the end? That's a funny joke. U2 have announced some European tour dates this morning, earlier today, with 2 shows planned in the UK later this year. The band will play Manchester and London on October 19th and October 23rd, with tickets going on sale on Friday next week. Wow. The new tour follows the release of their 14th studio album, Songs of Experience, which came out in December, of course. Tom Cruise and Emily Blunt say they're now keen to do a sequel to their action sci-fi film Edge of Tomorrow, as long as the story story is right. The original movie was released in 2014 and was set in a future where the Earth was invaded by aliens. It was a surprise hit with fans and critics, and a script for the follow-up is being worked on as we speak. And the Brit Awards are just 1 month away, and we now know the 10 tracks that are up for Best Single. The list includes Strip You Down by Liam Payne, and he can't believe how well it's already done.
I'm extremely happy with the success so far. Obviously, I put that thing out that we just reached 1 billion streams. I've never written down that number. I've never had the need, and I didn't know there were so many copies. It's amazing. I mean, when you look at it, you're like, wow, it's like 1/6 of the world's population. Incredible.
And The Darkest Hour has gone straight to number 1 at the UK box office after taking more than £4 million over the weekend. Gary Oldman, of course, plays Winston Churchill. He says getting to film at number 10 Downing Street wasn't as glamorous as you might think. Here we go.
We spent an entire day of just back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Various scenes of me outside walking in or inside walking out. My joke was that I actually crossed the threshold more times than the real Winston Churchill.
That's Gary Oldman. Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle is still at the number 1 or the number 1 movie in America, and number 2 here in the UK. Here's one of the stars, Jack Black, talking in an empty room about knowing that it would be a hit.
The casting was more than perfect because the writer obviously knew who was going to be in the cast, and they shaped the characters for everybody. And then I obviously got to be the most popular girl in school. And I was like, oh my God, I know exactly what I'm
Jack Black. Now Limahl.
Turn around, look at what you see in her face, the mirror of your dream. Make believe I'm everywhere, getting in the light, written on the pages is the answer to a never-ending reach the stars, fly a fantasy, dream a dream, and what you see will be rhymes that keep their secrets will unfold behind the clouds, and there upon the rainbow is the answer to a never-ending show no fear, for she may fade away. In your hands, the birth of a new day. Rhymes that keep their secrets will unfold behind the clouds, and there upon the rainbow is the answer to a never-ending story. Never-ending story.
Brendan's coming on with us now. Sometimes if you're a pro dancer on Strictly, sometimes you have to be judged.
Shirley, last week you scored Charlotte a 3. Is this tango worth more?
Definitely a little bit better than last week.
A little bit?
Yes, definitely. Just a little bit, Brendan, unfortunately. She needs to stand on her own feet And we've established that there is no rise and fall in tango. So we have to make a concrete decision not to use rise and fall. So no rise and fall for me in tango.
I'm really sorry, there was no rise and fall in that
Well, you should
whatsoever.
play it back, Brendan, because
I
there
will,
is.
my dear, I will.
Oh, look who's here. It's Brendan Cole.
Oh, it's so nice to be back in the company of the legends. Hello, boys.
Don't go over the top, Brendan.
Brendan Cole is a professional ballroom dancer and choreographer, and along with Anton Dubek, is the longest-running professional dancer on Strictly, having appeared in every series so far. Yeah. Brendan is heading out on tour across the UK from this Thursday with a new dance and live music show called Brendan Cole All Night Long, hosted, created, and directed by Brendan himself. Now, here's a question for you. It must take you a long time to put a show like this together. I know this is a continuing show, but when you start to create a thing like this, it must take months and months.
Something like this takes, well, a year and a half from the moment that you go, right, we're doing this and we need the dates, we need to find out all the logistics, the dancers, the musicians. It's a big show. We're 22 on stage, so it's a big old gig. And because it's mine, I feel such responsibility for it. I want people to come along to the theatre and have the best night out I can possibly give them. And so you want to put your best foot forward. You want to have something for everyone because Strictly is such a
phenomenon.
Well, it's a phenomenon, and it caters to so many people. I make sure everything is as perfect as I can make it, and hopefully we put on a blooming good show.
When did you start getting involved in Strictly? I mean, I know you've been in every show, but how did it come about?
The show back in the day was called Pro Celebrity Come Dancing. Before I went to it, that was the title that they come up with. And they approached a few of the dancers within the ballroom and Latin world, which I was doing very well at the time. And for me, it was an opportunity. It was something different. Most people probably screwed their nose up and went, well, not for me. I'm a ballroom dancer. I don't do that sort of thing.
Or it'll never work.
Well, because before then, anytime you saw ballroom dancing on television, it was some crazy mother putting makeup on her 7-year-old child, and that was not my life. I find it hard enough to put makeup on now, but it's one of those things for stage and screen we do, but not so much in the dance world. And it was an opportunity for me and the other people that got involved in Pro Celebrity Come Dancing at the time to really show how incredible this dancing can be. You put an Argentine tango together, two people really intense, or a rumba, or a beautiful dramatic waltz or something, and there is no better story because you're watching something without words, making your own story to what you're seeing. And that's the power of Strictly, and that's the power of what we've
So when did you think there was something in it then? And when did you think, this has got legs, this is going to run?
It's one of those things you don't really know how it's going to be until the first live show. And then actually it was the pilot, because we did the screening maybe a month before the main show went out. And it just had this magic on the screen. There was something really unique about it. Having Brucey at the helm obviously helped because he was the ultimate of entertainers, so that made it even more special. And there was a magic on set, and it was very tame in the old days.
And as a viewer, I always think it's great entertainment. It's harmless. It's not cynical. It's colourful. It's just everything you want it to be, isn't it? It's like a pretend world.
It is. It kind of ticks all the boxes. And actually, for the people that are involved in it, the new lineup of celebrities every year, the dancers that have been involved in it, old and new, you start a series and there's this magic. You walk and you're a part of something really, really special. And the camaraderie, especially now with social media and WhatsApp.
It's really grown,
we've all got a WhatsApp group between us, all the pros and celebs, and the banter on there, and it brings us all together. And I suppose we just feel really special because we're all involved in this one unique thing, and people want to be a part of it. And when you do that dance that people want to be a part of and get in the middle of, that's really special as an entertainer, as a performer.
But having said all of that, it's damn hard work as well. I mean, you look very trim, by the way. Have you lost weight during the last series, or are you just fit?
I'm feeling trim. We worked very hard in the last series, and I've been in rehearsals for my tour now for a couple of weeks, and we work hard. Well, like I said, I want to put on a blooming good show. I don't want to be hanging out around the edges and looking a little tired at the point of first show, because we've got 56 dates on the road around the UK and Ireland, so it's really important that we're fit, we look after ourselves. Having said that, when we're on tour, we go out and we have a damn good time.
I bet you do. Okay, let's take a quick break and then we'll talk more about the tour all night long. It's Brendan Cole, everybody. We'll be right back. Don't go away, look.
Never in shadows, so we got nothing to lose. Where were the heroes? No one to call the accused. You can paint the darkness any colors that you need.
Cole, who's back out on tour from this Thursday with his new show All Night Long. Now, tell us about the show. What can we see? So I'm there, right? I'm sat down. What do I see straight away?
Well, you're excited, Steve. You're excited.
Yeah, I am. I will be.
I will be.
He is, can't you tell?
I can tell. If you can imagine what you see on Strictly, everything that you see on Strictly, and a little bit more, if you've come to see a beautiful Argentine tango, or one of my dances is a waltz. Now, you say waltz, it's not the dance you go, oh, a lovely waltz. But the story of this one, it's a Michael Bublé track, and a normal waltzes tells the story of a schmaltzy love story. We hold hands, we dance off into the sunset. This one is the story of an affair, and it's really powerful. Wow. It's proper dramatic theatre. But we have it all. We have the live band all on stage, and these guys play with the likes of Bublé, Tom Jones. These are world-class musicians. And I have a ball. I have a bit of backstage gossip from Strictly. I like that. I like giving people a little stuff that they may not hear, even talk about the pros or talk about the celebs, and just giving them an insight into the ball that we have and some of the shenanigans we get up to. I think that's what makes a show.
And when does the new series of Strictly start, by the way?
Well, the pros go into production sort of mode end of July these days, so we've got a 7-month sort of period off, and then we're back in the studio doing all the pro numbers that we do on the result shows. They're getting bigger and bigger and bigger and better.
So they need work, don't they?
We put them together for a month before we have a ball, because it's just us before the show gets on. We haven't seen each other in a while, so we have a good time. We get some drinks after the show, meals and what have you, get to know each other again, get the new pros in if there are new pros, welcome aboard.
Yeah.
It is a great atmosphere, and that month of August is actually really fun. Sun's shining, we go out, it's beautiful.
Well, now listen, Brendan Cole All Night Long tour dates, here we go. There's just so many here, so obviously I won't do them all, but I'll do January, that's the rest of this month. So this Thursday, Sheffield City Hall, and then Friday 19th, Manchester Bridgewater Hall, then Swindon Wyvern Theatre, Saturday 20th, Sunday 21st, Wimbledon, New Wimbledon Theatre, Brighton, New Floral Pavilion Theatre, Wednesday 24th. Then on to Buxton, Reading, Southend, Norwich, Stoke, and then in February, Torquay, Truro, Bath, York, Rhyl, Grantham, Poole, Southampton, Northampton, Grimsby, Ipswich, Brighton, Perth, Inverness, Dunfermline and Glasgow. I feel like I'm a sat nav.
I feel tired just thinking about it.
Well, you'll be fine.
You really are fit.
And then in March, places like Blackpool, Harrogate, Halifax, Cardiff, and then...
We're going everywhere, Steve.
We're going everywhere. You really are. Belfast, Dublin.
Scotland, everywhere.
Yeah.
I love it.
Do you have any gaps in between? I mean, it seems to me that, you're pretty consistent, like day after day.
We're going to have... my wife's having a baby in March, and I've got to fit that in somehow.
Well, yeah.
What have I done? You don't plan these things. Tor said it takes a year and a half to plan. Yeah. Baby's not so long. And, so we've got to fit that in somehow. We have generally a couple of 3 days off. I like to take care of my dancers, my musicians. It's a hard show. It's a big show. So it's important to get that rest. We don't just go on 10 shows a week, let's make the money. It's important to make sure we've got dancers left standing on the last show. Okay, the tour, Brendan Cole in All Night Long. It starts this Thursday then and is on around the UK and Ireland until Saturday, 31st of March. I hope the baby thing goes okay. I hope the shows go okay. Wish me luck.
Good luck, Brendan.
Now it's history I see. Is my comeback on
Cinnamon, where you gonna run to? Cinnamon, where you gonna run to? Where you gonna run to? All on that day, will I run to the rock? Please hide me and run to the rock. Please hide me and run to the rock. Please hide me, Lord, all on that day. But the rock cried out, I can't hide you, the rock cried out. I can't hide you, the rock cried out. I ain't gonna hide you down, all on that day. I said, rock, what's the matter with you, rock? Don't you see I need you, rock? Lord, 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 all on that day. So I ran to the river, it was bleeding to run to the sea. It was bleeding to run to the sea. It was bleeding all on that day. So I ran to the river, it was boiling and run to the sea. It was boiling and run to the sea. It was boiling all on that day. So I ran to the Lord. Please hide me, Lord. Don't you see me praying? Don't you see me down here praying? But the Lord said, go to the devil. The Lord said, go to the devil. He said, go to the devil all on that day. So I ran to the devil. He was waiting, I ran to the devil. He was waiting, I ran to the devil. He was waiting all on that day. I cried, power, power, power,
Nina Simone, Cinnamon. Next half hour, we're going to be talking to Samantha Power, Barack Obama's former foreign policy advisor, who is appearing in a new documentary movie. Here's a clip.
I feel like we should have, a clock up with the days counting down, because what we have set in motion, whether Cuban normalization, climate change, Syria, incredibly important issues of our national security, all of that is at stake.
A lot of people are running to succeed President Obama. Republicans have the largest primary field ever.
And that's to come. At 4:31. And Bobby Pryor.
Thank you, Steve. First of all, Northern Ireland, the latest on the A42 in the snowy conditions, beg your pardon. We still got it closed with that accident at the B94 up Rough Shane, so that's still closed. The A72, the Peebles Road in Leithen on the Scottish borders, partially blocked by an accident in the snow. This is just near to the B709. Now, it was closed completely, but it's partially blocked, but it's still extremely snowy. A77 South Ayrshire, northbound still closed with the accident between the A713, the Bankfield roundabout, and the A70. Now, the latest on the A74M at Elvenfoot, it's still partially blocked both ways between the Moffat turns, that's 14 and 15, between the A702 and the A701, so you can get through there. Still got to recover that accident. And also the A68 on the borders. We've got this jackknife lorry which is stuck near Huntford, but they've closed the A68 completely because of the snow between Carter Bar and just south of Jedburgh now. So that route is a closed route because the snow. A Snake Pass, the A57, is also closed between the Hurst Road at Glossop and the Lady Bower Reservoir. The latest on the A628. So many vehicles stranded in the snow. Snowplows are still going through there. Still not officially closed, but partially blocked in so many places by lorries that have left the road. So just be aware, if you're heading through there, it's not necessarily going to be successful. I'm trying to say, look, it's not officially closed. It might not be your best idea given the conditions. The M25 is busy clockwise, 13 to 16, anti-clockwise, 14 to 11 at Chertsey. It's busy in patches. And then finally, the A38 at Tydeford, blocked between Tydeford and Landrake. Back with more in 25 minutes.
Thanks, Bobby.
The Big Show. Big Show. The Big Show with Steve.
I know he hurt you, made you scared of love, too scared to love. He didn't deserve you, 'cause your precious heart is a precious heart. You didn't know what he had, and I thank God. Oh, and it's gonna take just a little time, but you're gonna see that I was born to love you. What if I I'm here to remind you, you're my only one. Let me be the one to heal all the pain that it put you through with love like you never knew. Just let me show you. What if I fall? I won't let you fall. What if I cry? I'll never make you cry. And if I get scared, I'll hold you tighter. When they try to get to you, baby, I'll be the fighter. What if I fall? I won't let you fall. What if I cry? I promise I'll never make you cry. And if I get scared, I'll hold you tighter. When they try to get to you, baby, I'll be the fighter. I wanna believe that you got me, baby. I swear I do from now into the next life. I wanna love, wanna give you all my heart. What if I fall? I won't let you fall. What if I cry? I'll never make you cry. And if I get scared, I'll hold you tighter. When they try to get to you, baby, I'll be the fighter. What if I fall? I won't let you fall. What if I cry? I promise I'll never make you cry. And if I get scared, I'll hold you tighter. When they try to
Here is ex-President Obama talking about our guest.
One of our foremost thinkers on foreign policy. She showed us that the international community has a moral responsibility and a profound interest in resolving conflicts and defending human dignity. As a senior member of my national security team, she's been a relentless advocate for American interests and values, building partnerships on behalf of democracy and human rights, fighting the scourge of anti-Semitism and combating human trafficking. To those who care deeply about America's engagement and indispensable leadership in the world, you will find no stronger advocate for that cause than Samantha.
Samantha Power is here, who gets a round of applause, everybody. Good afternoon, how are you?
I'm okay.
Very good.
Better now.
We're going to be talking about documentary The Final Year. Samantha Power is an American academic, Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist and diplomat who was one of President Obama's right-hand advisors on foreign policy and served as the United States ambassador to the UN. Samantha's about to appear in a new documentary which we've seen called The Final Year, which is an insider's account of Barack Obama's foreign policy team during their last year in office. What an interesting piece this is. years. I mean, there's so much to talk about. First of all, how did you first meet Obama?
I wrote this very long, kind of dark book on American responses to genocide. He had just been elected. He somehow got his hands on the book, read it, called me, and said, how do we fix American foreign policy? What could we do differently? So I went to work with him in the Senate, then on the campaign, and then White House, and then as his UN ambassador.
Had you ever considered doing something like that before? Because you were lecturing, weren't you, at Harvard at the time?
I was a lecturer and I was a critic, really, of American foreign policy, kind of across the board, across parties. So no, it was really him. I loved it. I mean, it was an amazing privilege to represent the United States, but I also think it was a particular alchemy in a way to get to work for someone like him.
And that comes through in the film from all of the team, John Kerry and Ben Rhodes as well. You all seem to want to work for him as much as well, at the same time as working for the country.
Yeah, I think Ben describes it as like a pickup team, people who were motivated by this little insurgency, which was his campaign. We didn't really, at least I didn't really think he would win, but I thought I would learn and I would get exposed to this big bad world of politics. But then, lo and behold, he won the first primary, and then it started to feel real. And all the promises we laid down, then we were held accountable to when we got into office. I think we did okay. You know, we have a good record of living up to most of them, but there were some big disappointments too. Seeing President Obama not long after he was elected and seeing this dramatic shift in his demeanor was to be reminded of what these individuals take on.
Perhaps the most profound issue surrounding my receipt of this prize is the fact that I am the commander-in-chief of a nation in the midst of two wars.
Let's talk about this movie and also the final year. Tell us when it starts and what you guys are up to.
It started before what you see on screen because we had never really thought of this, but there's never actually been a behind-the-scenes movie about government that grants this kind of access. I'd had the experience of having been a foreign policy critic, human rights activist, whatever, on the outside, and then having come into the government and getting exposed to all these young people and civil servants who are making no money and hardly seeing their families to try to make a difference in the world. And so my feeling was more exposure would be better. So the filmmakers and I were able to bring the rest of the government on board, and starting with a year to go, the filmmakers followed me, Secretary Kerry, and Ben Rhodes, who was Obama's speechwriter and communications guru, around. They also spent a lot of time with Obama and Susan Rice, the National Security Advisor, and gave a kind of behind-the-scenes look at what we were aspiring to do, some of the frustration, some of the heartbreak that we experienced along the way, and particularly what Obama, how he chose to spend his time when he knew he only had a year left. So while some people are likening the film a little bit to a horror movie where we're like the characters, well, in the following respect, where we, John Kerry, myself, and Ben Rhodes, and to an extent, I guess, Obama, but mainly the three of us, we're like that vis-a-vis the results of the election because we do not see it coming.
Well, I don't think anybody did.
That's a real great backdrop to the whole film. Did you at any point think, why did we agree to do this? Because it's very intrusive, and we see you with your family and John Kerry trying to track his wife down for 2 minutes on the phone.
Definitely. I was not the most cheerful at all times to see them turning up and wanting to mic me yet again when all I want to do is hang out with my kids. And I come back from a trip, they want to be there when I go and kiss my kids having been away for a week. That's not something I want to share. But as a woman and a working mother, I also thought other women, or fathers for that matter, can see all of it at once, like maybe there'll be something inspiring in that. So I tried to muzzle my irritation, and I think I did an okay job.
Oh, you did good. We're going to come back with Samantha Power in just a moment. Don't go away. Very interesting.
Maybe I'm foolish, maybe I'm blind, thinking I can see through this and see what's behind. Got no way to prove it, so maybe I'm lying. But I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't put your blame on me. Don't put your blame on me. Take a look in the mirror, and what do you see? Do you see it clearer, or are you deceived in what you believe? 'Cause I'm only human after all, and you're only human after all. Don't put the blame on me. Don't put your blame on me. Some people got the real problems. Some people out of love. Some people think I can solve them.
opinion, don't ask me to lie. And beg for forgiveness for making you cry. Making you cry. 'Cause I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't put your blame on me. Don't put the blame on me. Oh, some people got the real problem. Some people out of love. Some people think I can solve them, but Lord heavens above, I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't put the blame on.
17 to 5 at Radio 2. Rag and Bone Man Human. Talking here with Samantha Power. Simon Mayo's on the air. It's another Tuesday with Simon playing a selection of your favourite long songs. Jenny Cullum at 7. Joe Wiley at 8. Barry Humphries, Barry's musical masterpieces. That's at 10. The Organist entertains with Nigel Ogden. That's at 11. And Listen to the Band, 11:30. And at midnight, Sounds of the 80s. Now Jax Jones.
You're my discretional sin. I feel you on me when I touch my skin. You got me hooked and you're reeling me in. And I look in your eyes, I'm on the edge. You're on my mind like a song that I can't escape. I don't know how many da-da-dums I can take. I need to know if you're feeling the same. Is it too late? But now it's hard to breathe. I'm not in love, it's just a game we do. I tell myself I'm not that into you, but I don't wanna sleep. It's 3:15. You're in my head like dum dum da 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 da, dum dum da da da, dum dum da da da, dum dum da da, dum dum da da da, dum dum da da, dum dum da da da, dum dum da da. You're my obsession, my truth. I come alive whenever I'm with you. And now I've dialed your number again, and you come over and over, and then you're on my mind like a song that I can't escape. I don't know how many da-da-dums I can take. I need to know if you're feeling the same. Is it too late? But now it's hard to breathe. I'm not in love, it's just a game we do. I tell myself I'm not that into you, but I don't wanna sleep. It's 3:15, and now it's hard to breathe. I'm not in love, it's just a thing we make. We're skin on skin, I need the spell to break, but I don't wanna go, and I know that you know. You're in my head like dum dum da 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 da.
The first chapter of a magical story has begun.
It's action-packed.
Out of this world!
With the most magical fairy tale ending.
The Radio 2 Breakfast Show's short story writing competition for kids 13 and under is back.
With an awesome new prize.
A ride in the Chitty Chitty Bang Bang and a truly scrumptious tea on the Thames aboard Her Majesty the Queen's row barge, and the final will be held at the amazing Hampton Court Palace. To enter, go to bbc.co.uk/500 words.
Make sure your story has a happy ending. Enter by the 22nd of February.
500 words.
Let your imagination run wild.
Steve Wright in the afternoon. BBC Radio 2.
Steve Wright in the afternoon.
The Big Show.
All right, we're back now with Samantha Power, and Samantha is a Pulitzer Prize winning journalist and diplomat who was one of Barack Obama's advisors on foreign policy. She also served as the United States ambassador to the UN from 2013 to 2017. We're talking about this new film, The Final Year, which is out in cinemas and on iTunes this Friday. Let's hear another bit before we talk some more.
Certainly what's happening in Syria is beyond frustrating. It's haunting. There is no issue where my thoughts and my feelings and my ideas have made such a marginal impact on desperate people.
The regime of Bashar al-Assad, Russia, Iran, and their affiliated militia are the ones responsible for what the UN called a complete meltdown of humanity.
Why is America seen as a bad guy sometimes around the world? And in terms of foreign policy, do you think that American foreign policy keeps the peace, keeps the world order?
Well, it's complicated. We, like other countries, but at a larger scale, because we're so big and powerful, have made big mistakes. The Vietnam War, the Iraq War was on a faulty predicate.
And Syria?
Syria is the opposite, arguably. People asking, had we intervened, could we have ended the suffering? I mean, I think it's a fair question, but it was a very complicated situation on the ground with all these factions and extremists and regime allies and Iran and Russia. It was a stew that made it hard to come up with what that sort of crisp solution would have been, where the use of force would have dealt with the sectarian nightmare that was unfolding on the ground. But I think it's a fair question. So there's that on the one hand, and then on the other hand, in terms of the rule-based order, helping build the UN, it's hard to imagine a world without U.S. leadership, even as one can cringe over particular episodes.
Ben Rhodes says at one time in the film, I never even considered Trump winning. Tell us about that moment that when you're all in the room there and suddenly you realize Hillary's lost.
I think I get the prize for one of the worst ideas of 2016 in the sense that I not only had an election party that brought the 37 women ambassadors to my apartment to watch what we thought would be Secretary Clinton's coronation, but I also brought Gloria Steinem, this feminist icon, to these women whose hopes and dreams and the whole women's movement was going to culminate in that evening. And then on top of all that, I brought a bunch of filmmakers. So literally like the trifecta of bad ideas, like a hat trick there. But for me, it was more, there's a scene in the film, actually, it moves me every time I see it, but like where my kids, who are asleep, because of course it gets late, it's when I look at them and I just think that election, every election is about them on one level. I mean, we're trying to be stewards of the planet and trying to leave something better than what we found. And you just think about what's coming and what's it going to mean for our kids and our grandkids.
On the lighter side, just talk about Obama for a minute for us, because, for us, he's just cool.
He's a cool dude.
And I can say what I find, and that's the humor, that's the seriousness, the thoughtfulness, a combination of all of those things and more.
Well, he's cool in the literal sense, right? Is to watch him never get flustered or overwhelmed by the range of decisions that come to someone in that office. That sort of ice in the veins, calm, self-sustaining temperament. Other presidents you can just feel them feeding off the love of crowds and kind of needing the company. And President Clinton famously would stay up all night and just gather people around and tell stories. And Obama was at his most content, taking his briefing book back, always looking at both sides of the argument. I mean, this is one thing that made us, I think, effective in diplomacy, is his willingness to say, okay, if I'm so-and-so, what's my take on this? If I'm Putin, how am I thinking about the situation? Yeah. Which is not that common that an American president can go there. But it helped, like in the Iran negotiations, it helped as we tried to get the climate agreement going by doing a deal first with China, by putting ourselves again in the shoes of others. And that's not always a strength of American leadership, because when you are powerful, the temptation is just to sort of project your power and hope that people will just come to heel. But I think that coolness, but then also the humanity, which you would see even amid the coolness, and this cool, analytic, reasonable person, sort of the embodiment of reasonableness, and then you just see a tear just come down his cheek. And that humanity, which I think to some extent you have to keep a bit shielded when you're in a role like that, but it was never far from the surface.
Well, it's a fantastic insight. The final year is in cinemas from this Friday, January 19th, and you heard Samantha Power. Very nice to meet you. Thank you very much, and you get another round of applause now.
Great to be here. Thank you.
Thank you, Samantha.
I'm not surprised, not everything lasts. I've broken my heart so many times I stopped keeping track. Talk myself in, I talk myself out. I get all worked up, then I let myself down. I tried so very hard not to lose it. I came up with a million excuses. I thought of every possibility. And I know someday that it'll all turn out. You'll make me work so we can work it out. And I promise you, kid, that I'll give so much more than I get. I just haven't met you yet. I might have to wait, I'll never give up. I guess it's half timing and the other half's luck. Wherever you are, whenever it's right, you'll come out of nowhere and into my life. And I know that we can be so amazing. And baby, your love is gonna change me. And now I can see every possibility. And somehow I know that it'll all turn out. You'll make me work so we can work to work it out. And I promise you, kid, I'll give so much more than I get. I just haven't met you yet. They say all's fair in love and war, but I won't need to fight it. We'll get it right, we'll be united. And I know that we can be so amazing. And being in your life is gonna change me. And now I can see every single possibility. And someday I know it'll all turn out. And I'll work to work it out. Promise you, kid, I'll give more than I get, than I get, than I get, than I get. Oh, you know it'll all turn out. And you'll make me work so we can work to work it out. And I promise you can to give so much more than I get. Yeah,
That I get,
just
that I get.
met you.
RollingStone.com says in News from the Net, new Johnny Cash documentary in the works. It'll explore his music and his famous concert at Folsom State Prison in California in 1968. On officialcharts.com today, Katy Perry planning a comeback after disappointing last album. Her last album, Witness, received her lowest sales figures, but she feels positive about the next one.
Just haven't met you yet.
Glad about that.
I just haven't met you yet.
And I'm very positive about Bobby Pryor's next report. Here she is.
Thank you, Steve. Lots of really snowy conditions, and I'm going to paint a picture. If you're on the A74M and getting so many calls, now it's not closed. We've got many accidents and situations. If you're on the A74M, heading from Moffat through to Glasgow, and that earlier accident down at junctions 14 to 15, although it's cleared onto the hard shoulder, you've still got some difficult conditions. So you've got kind of little bumps on the way, or vehicles coming off and on the hard shoulder because of the snowy conditions. But it's not officially closed. Also had calls from Peebles. The A702 route, if you're using this, take to Edinburgh. Now they've got a bus stuck just outside Peebles on the hill as you go up through there. And again, not officially closed, but very, very difficult conditions. The A72 in Leithen is partially blocked. There's an accident just near to the B709. We've got the A76 at New Cumnock closed with an accident in the snow. This is between the B741 and Needle Street. M77 southbound accident in the snow between 4 and 5 at Maiden Hill. Still causing problems, although they've got all lanes open. A77 northbound closed between Mabel and Prestwick. Accident just near to the Homeston roundabout. And then to the A62 westbound 26 to 25 at Brighouse. Bump there, still 2 lanes shut. Snake Pass, the A57 is closed. And the Woodhead Pass is blocked by so many stranded vehicles, not officially closed. If you can get through there, you'll be lucky. Thanks for your updates. Back with another one with Simon.
Thank you. 6, Street Preachers, International Blue. Gotta go. Simon to follow the 5 o'clock news, of course. Leslie Manville, Gordon Ramsay and Liam Neeson, all with us tomorrow. Keep warm. Good evening.